Hi, EDU 790 folks. So what I'm going to do in this video is just show you how to download data from Canvas, Stata data, or Excel files, how to download it from Canvas to your AU OneDrive so that you can then work with the data in the virtual desktop. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few ways to do this. So the first way assumes that you've already installed Microsoft Office 365 on your computer. And so that's really the easiest way. So I'm going to, right now I'm in my own computer. I'm not in the virtual desktop. Well, what I'm going to show you is not in the virtual desktop. So let me do a screen share. And okay, so the data for this class will always be found under Files. So I'm on the Canvas homepage for this class, and I'm going to go to Files, I'm going to go to Data, and I'm going to find data that I need. So for task 2, we'll be using a file called Lockdown 2020 XLSX. So let's just download that one because we haven't done that one as much in class. So at the time that I'm recording this, that is. So I'm going to click these 3 little buttons to the right. I'm going to click download. Now, I want to save this to my OneDrive American University file. If you've got Microsoft Office 365 for a Mac or PC already on your computer, then you can just choose to save it to your OneDrive.american.edu. I'm going to save it to my documents within that OneDrive American.edu. And then within that, I'm going to save it to my EDU 790 folder, just like this, Lockdown 2020 XLSX, save. Okay, so I did that by clicking these 3 dots, which gave me a choice of where to save my data. If you're not getting a choice of where to save your data, if it's just automatically downloading it for you, it may be that it's downloading it to your downloads folder. So on your desktop, you may have a downloads folder, and it may be that that's where it's going if you're not finding it elsewhere. Or it may be that there's another place where it's downloading. You can change those preferences in Google Chrome. So you can go to Google Chrome and you can go to settings and then go to downloads, or go to advanced and then downloads. And you can change your defaults for where things download from Google Chrome, but as long as you know where the downloads are going, you can always go back and find them. But where you want them to go is to your OneDrive, your AU OneDrive account. But maybe I'll show you how I think I would do that. I think I would go to settings, privacy and security, no. Oh, I think I scroll down for advanced. Yeah, you scroll down for advanced, then you go to downloads, and then you tell it where you want things to download, and you can ask where to save each file before downloading. You can turn that on or off in Google Chrome. So you can always change where your downloads go by default. Now for me, because it asks where I want to download, that's why when I click these 3 buttons, I get the choice of what folder to put it in, and I put it in American University OneDrive, Documents, EDU 790. Okay, so that is one approach. Another way to get it into your OneDrive account, if that doesn't work, is to open. So let's say it's saved to a place on your, to the desktop of your computer. Okay, you can always go to portal.office.com, portal.office.com. Go to your OneDrive. So you click the cloud to get to OneDrive, or you can scroll down. I think if I scroll down, I'll see OneDrive. Maybe not. I guess I'll just click the cloud. I don't see the other option. Okay, so if you click the cloud, you'll see your OneDrive account, and you can then drag it from wherever you saved it. I saved it in, well, I already saved it in OneDrive, but let's say I had saved it to the desktop. So let's say that it was this salary calculation worksheet. Let's say that's what I was trying to move. Okay, I could take that from my desktop or wherever I saved it, and I could just drag it. I can open up this folder that I want to be my destination folder, EDU 790 on documents in OneDrive in my browser. And I could just take the file that I want to move there and simply drag it there. So yeah, let's go back to my random desktop full of things. Let's say I just want to drag this salary calculation worksheet here, which in real life I want to drag Lockdown 2020, but it's already here. And it will drag it. It will move it. It's still in the original location. Here it is, but it is also now in the destination file. So now it's where I need it to be. And now if I want to find it in Stata on the virtual desktop, I can. There's one more way to do this, and that is to do it all while you are in the virtual desktop. So if once I'm in the AU virtual desktop, which again looks like this, it says ACC Library Desktop. Up here it says Remote Desktop Web. You can go back and watch the beginning of topic 1's homework task to again see a video of how to get into the virtual desktop. Once I'm in the virtual desktop, I can actually open Canvas within the virtual desktop. I'm just going to go to Microsoft Edge because I don't think they have Chrome on here. I'm going to go canvas.american.edu. So I'm doing all this inside the virtual desktop. It is a remote desktop. It's a little slow, but it eventually works. Or not. Okay, let's try american.instructure.com. American.instructure, INSTRUCTURE.com. And I'll be prompted to sign in. American.instructure.com. I'll be prompted to sign in. And this, I believe, is just going to be username @American, not @student.American, but username @American. It's not a private computer because it's the virtual desktop. I do not want Edge to remember how I did that. So now I'm logged into Canvas. Again, it was american.instructure, INSTRUCTURE.com, american.instructure.com. And I click on EDU 790. I go to Files. I go to Data. I find the file that I want. I click on Download. I click Download. What do you want to do with Lockdown? I want to save, and I'm going to click this little caret for Save As. So I get to choose my destination. And I want it to go to Documents EDU 790 in OneDrive.American.edu. So I want it to go OneDrive.American.edu or OneDrive-American, then Documents, then to my folder for this class. Now, in this case, it's already there, so I'm not going to click Save again, but if it's not there, you should click Save, and it will then be in your folder. And I did all of that within the virtual desktop, so there's no other local place that it could go to your own computer. It's only going to AU OneDrive. So that's the third option for how to get it into OneDrive. Once it's there, you can import it as an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to browse to OneDrive.American.edu, Documents, EDU 790, and lo and behold, there it is, Lockdown 2020. And we did that by import Excel because it's an Excel document. If we wanted to open a file, we would go File, Open, and that would open a Stata file. It has to be already Stata formatted. And that's how we would, for instance, open CDC COVID deaths 2020.dta. That we would just go open. So when you're opening within Stata, if it's already a Stata file, you click open and you navigate to your OneDrive. If you're importing it from another software package like Excel, or if it's a CSV, comma separated file, then you would go to import instead of open because you have to translate it from another software package. And I think that is everything for how to open your data. In fact, let me go ahead and just do that. Open CDC COVID deaths 2020. I don't want to save the data already in memory. I'll just open the new data. And voila, I know that it worked because I see all my original data and my original variables. And if I want to double check that it worked, I can just describe the data, and I can see that sure enough, there are 433 rows, 18 variables, just like we saw in topic 1. So that worked. So those are three, so just to recap, those are 3 ways to get your data into OneDrive. Could be especially relevant for Mac users if Microsoft 365 is not already set up on your machine. If you can get Microsoft 365 set up on your machine, it's a free AU download from the AU portal, myau.american.edu. Go to technology, go to software downloads. And if you can get it set up from there, that's great. If not, try these other methods, such as downloading and then dragging to OneDrive in your browser, or just downloading the data into OneDrive when you're already in the virtual desktop. So those are your options. I hope this video has been helpful. And of course, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.